What if I told you that two champions from two entirely different worlds would collab with each other and would have to fight in the arena? Well, this video is all about that. A fight between Spartacus and Gregor Klegane would be an epic battle between the two of the most formidable fighters in their respective worlds. I mean, on one hand, Spartacus is a renowned gladiator who has fought and defeated many skilled opponents in the arena. On the other hand, Gregor Klegane, also known as aka The Mountain, is a monstrous and fearsome warrior from Westeros, who is known for his immense size and strength, obviously. The strengths and weaknesses. Let's begin with Gregor Klegane. Gregor Klegane is an absolute powerhouse. His sheer size and strength make him a formidable opponent, capable of crushing skulls with his bare hands. He's a skilled fighter in his own right, but his greatest strength lies in his ability to overpower his opponents with his immense strength, as well as size. However, his size can also be a disadvantageous position for him, as he is then slow and cumbersome compared to more agile opponents like Spartacus. Also, the Mountain relies too much on his size and strength, so he neglects basically anything else like swordsmanship and combat skills. But I mean, someone with his size and strength and being able to swing a two-sword with one hand basically would do the same, I guess. So both weaknesses of the Mountain would need to be considered in a 1 versus 1 scenario. Yet Spartacus' weakness would be in size, basically, because anything else is covered. Spartacus is a god basically in the arena. Only in size would he be in a disadvantageous position against someone as big as the Mountain. But this weakness on Spartacus would be covered by his skill and agility as well as strategic thinking. Also, someone like Oberyn proved this point to be viable against someone like the Mountain when he basically actually won the fight if he wouldn't have fooled around. And I'd say Spartacus is far higher than Oberyn, only better in size and strength as a whole. On the Mountain side, another weakness of him is speed, but this would be covered by his powerful strikes and sheer strength in comparison to basically anybody else, except Theocles, of course, obviously. Also, given Spartacus is able to wear his armor, would it make a difference? Objectively, not really, as the greatsword would just pierce through it, but on someone as skilled as the Bringer of Rain, it could very well make a huge difference in winning chances. But objectively said, no, it doesn't make a difference. Dominance in the arena. In a one-on-one fight with no mercy and to the death, both Spartacus and the Mountain would be determined to come out on top. Spartacus would likely try to use his speed and agility to dodge the Mountain's attacks and get in close for quick strikes with his gladius sword. He would likely try to wear down his opponent, aka the Mountain, and take advantage of any openings he could find. The Mountain, on the other hand, would likely rely on his brute strength and size to overpower Spartacus. He would likely try to use his size and reach advantage to keep Spartacus at a distance and pummel him with heavy blows. However, if Spartacus were able to get in close, the Mountain would be vulnerable to quick strikes from the gladius sword. But of course, one heavy strike in close combat and Spartacus would say goodbye. But one advantage for Spartacus is that he actually fought a titan like this, Theocles, in the past, so it's not all new to fight an opponent as big as the Mountain for him in the arena. In the end, the outcome of the fight would likely come down to who is able to land the killing blow first. If Spartacus is able to avoid the Mountain's attacks and wear him down, he may be able to strike a fatal blow with his sword. However, if the Mountain is able to get a hold of Spartacus and land a crushing blow, skull crushing is what comes into mind when I say the word crushing, Oberyn. Anyways, he may be able to end the fight quickly. The conclusion is, in conclusion, a fight between Spartacus and the Mountain would be a thrilling battle between two of the most fearsome warriors in history. While Spartacus would have the advantage in speed and agility, the Mountain's size and strength would make him a formidable opponent. In the end, the outcome of the fight would likely come down to who is able to land the killing blow first. Yet I'd give the win to Spartacus because he was constantly beating down champions time and time again. and also sustained through injuries and still was able to fight spectacularly. But of course, a heavy blow from the mountain would be a completely different thing than being sliced down by a few basic Roman soldiers like at the end of War of the Damned and still being able to fight. Obviously, these would be two different scenarios altogether, but still, the point still stands. Let me tell you this way. Theocles was everything the mountain was, in size and strength, and even much more in Theocles' prime times. Theocles was able to take and withstand through much more pain and stabs than the mountain ever could. Especially if you look at the Spartacus comics featuring Theocles' life, you can see that indefinitely. People also like to compare Cydulus in Vengeance from his size to the mountain, which is kind of justified as he was huge himself and Spartacus cut him in half in 2 seconds. Of course, this is a very vague argument for Spartacus against the mountain, because Cydulus was nowhere near in skill as the mountain, and not fully in size, but almost, I guess. Anyways, the point stands. Spartacus beat opponents like the mountain a lot, likely off screen time as well in the arena, which we didn't see in the series, in his arena times. So Spartacus comes out as the victor. And one more thing I'd like to say is that the mountain always wore his armor, but why is Theocles the better fighter? This one point makes that 100% obvious. Theocles was stabbed multiple times by his entire village without wearing any kind of armor. You know what I'm saying? Not wearing any armor plate, not wearing any shoulder plates, nothing. And he still killed them all and basically didn't even flinch because of all the injuries inflicted on his bare body. And I don't think that someone like the mountain would be able to do something like this.